Don't vote Labour again.
Episode 46,
The Grooming Gangs, a deep dive.
Part 7.
In Rotherham in 2000, one Jahingar Akhtar allegedly acted as a middleman between a gang leader, Arshid Hussain, and the police. The supposed deal was that Akhtar would deliver a 14-year-old missing girl to the police in exchange for the gang leader not being prosecuted. For missing girl, read abuse victim. That gangster
In 2016 would be convicted along with his two brothers for running the Rotherham rape gang. The policeman who allegedly helped facilitate this deal was named in the 2012 grooming gang trial as PC Hassan Ali. In the trial, Hussain received an abduction conviction for this incident. If such a deal happened, it's extraordinary this was allowed to occur. It would also beg the question how these three men knew each other. Well, the Hussain brothers are Jahingar Akhtar's cousins. The same year as the supposed deal, Akhtar became a Rotherham Borough Councillor for Rotherham Central Ward and rose to be the council's deputy leader, as well as vice chair on the police and crime panel. This was despite him being convicted for a fray in a restaurant brawl in 2002. For this offence, he was given community service after getting a glowing character reference from a police commander. When stories of the supposed deal with Arshid Hussain hit the headlines in 2013, led by the Sunday Times, Akhtar resigned from both senior roles. He claimed he did not know of a sexual relationship between his gang leader relative and the underage girl. A likely story, some might say.
South Yorkshire Police decided not to take any action over the allegations that he knew this, and he resumed the council roles. In 2014, however, Jahingar was voted out, losing to the UKIP candidate by 39 votes. Undeniably, his murky associations were a factor in this.
He was then, having been proven a liability, suspended from Labour. Later, his taxi driver licence was also revoked.
Jahingar Akhtar gets a nice big mention in the Casey report.
Several other members, officers, and others spoke about him with a level of fear. Some were concerned when speaking to inspectors that what they said would get back to him. Even though he was no longer on the council, he continues to have a presence, and some felt he would be returning. In 2013, The Times ran a front-page story about his historic involvement in the handover of a victim of CSE. Quotes a senior council officer. No one was surprised by the 2013 articles. Nobody was surprised. It appears little debate was had within the council about whether or not he was a fit and proper person to be a councillor. Then in 2016, it was alleged by one of the victims of the Rotherham gang that she had been raped by Akhtar some years before. The complainant apparently went to the police before the trial and named him, but did not make an official statement because she didn't want the extra pressure of testifying against him at the trial. Akhtar was named in a recorded legal discussion the day before the trial started, but when the matter was mentioned in court, the prosecution clarified there was no reason to believe Akhtar was under investigation. The councillor denied he had raped the girl.
The rape accusation against Akhtar has not resulted in any legal action. His daughter was later given a job in the Rise charity concerned with domestic abuse victims. She had access to confidential information on victims. There's no suggestion she did anything wrong in the role, but the connection with Akhtar is rather concerning. His son was also a police officer. Another peculiar addendum is that the policeman who supposedly helped in the handover of the girl, PC Hassan Ali, was put under investigation by the police in connection with the rape gang. There had been 5 official complaints about him, including from a mother who alleged she asked Ali to help rescue her daughter. She claims she tracked down the flat the girl was being abused in and alerted Hassan, Hassan went inside and found the girl and offered to take a statement. The mother and daughter did not want to do so immediately,
and the mother claims he never chased them up about the matter.
Another complaint was that he had allegedly made advances towards an abuse victim when she was 17 and 21.
Whatever the veracity of these accusations, and however connected to the gang as Ali was, on the 28th of January 2015, he was hit and killed by a car in snowy weather.
The driver was the nephew of Ali's best friend.
Ali died 9 days later, and the investigation was dropped. Another Rotherham councillor was also suspended by Labour in 2014. Shaukat Ali is distantly related to a convicted ecstasy dealer, Shaukat Iqbal. Iqbal's brother was murdered with machetes, which could well have been connected. Just another day in wholesome Rotherham. Then we have Nazir Ahmed, who was a Labour councillor and then made a peer.
He was not involved in the gangs, but was convicted for sexual offences committed in the 1970s, not long after he came to the town from Pakistan. Alexis J. cited a senior police officer who suggested that some influential Pakistani heritage councillors in Rotherham had acted as barriers to action being taken. She also mentioned the
deputy leader,
an ethnic Pakistani, served from 2011 to 2014, who thought the 2010 convictions were a one-off isolated case. She observed, "This was at best naive, and at worst ignoring a politically inconvenient truth." The Casey report wrote,
"There was a sense that it was the Pakistani heritage councillors who alone dealt with that community. Inspectors believe this is inappropriate. There was a view among members that relations with the Pakistani heritage community needed to be brokered through the Pakistani heritage councillors. Officials of Pakistani extraction might have wanted to protect their own by concealing the allegations. Perhaps, as is suggested by the assertions I've cited, there was even some financial bribery or quid pro quo from gang leaders. That's another aspect of Pakistani and Bangladeshi life that seems to have survived the plane ride."
These are from my article series Don't Vote Labour Again, published on my Substack, link in description. I usually split each subject into smaller episodes. In the description, you will find links to the other episodes. You can also check out my playlist to find every single one. Please support me in my work by subscribing to this channel, subscribing free to my Substack, and by liking and sharing. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon as we plumb the depths of this dreadful government.